let's just say, you know, when most of us were in high school and we had sex for the first time, you built it up. It was going to be awesome. And then afterwards, you're like, well, that was great, but is that it? Definitely going to have to try that again. Yeah, that's my experience with MAXXINE. What do I mean? Let's get into the video. Let's go.
MAXXINE fucking minx.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're talking MAXXINE. This will be my non-spoiler review. I'll keep it short and sweet. In the meantime, don't forget to hit me up on Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, as we do live stream watch-alongs, and JeffMan316 on Instagram. But yeah, we're talking MAXXINE. I'm not going to spoil too much. I'm going to give you my positives, a few negatives, and yeah, there were a couple, and then overall what I thought of the movie as far as the rating wise. And I'll let you know whether you should watch this film. You'll wait to the end, you'll find out. But either way, so yeah, positives, a lot. It's a really good movie, so don't get me wrong. It's a really good movie. Mia Goth's performance, over the top excellent. I love it. I think this could go down as one of her best movie roles ever. A supporting character that I really like, Kevin Bacon, thought he gave an excellent performance. Welcome back to the horror realm, Kevin Bacon. You know, he was in Friday the 13th. He also was in Animal House. I don't know if a lot of people knew that. He has a supporting role in that. Glad to see him come, you know, full circle with that. So speaking of that, that's another positive. It kind of makes a full circle of the character that Mia Goth played, you know, in X. I've got X sitting right here. It's one of my favorite Ty West movies. I also like House of the Devil. That's like a 70s vibe with satanic cults. X, 70s vibe, exploitation type horror like Texas Chainsaw. So MAXXINE was going to be that 80s vibe. And it does. That's another positive. Tremendous 80s vibe. Tremendous 80s soundtrack. Some really good 80s tunes in there that I fully expected. Some obscure stuff that I wasn't. Really dug the vibe of the movie. You know, I'm a child of the 70s and 80s. So, man, nostalgia galore. I like the setting in Hollywood where MAXXINE goes to Hollywood. And the theme of the movie, I guess, could be don't wish for success too hard because your past may come back to haunt you. And this puts a really nice bow around the whole story of MAXXINE and, you know, the fame that she got. And somebody remembered what she did in X. So I'm not going to dive too deep into that. But it also takes place around the time of the Night Stalker killer. So could the Night Stalker killer be coming after her? Could their stories entwine? It also reminded me a little bit of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where you had that Manson story going on. And I wish that overlapped a little bit more with what was going on with the main characters there. They intertwine it way better in this one. So you're like, are they going to intersect? Are the two stories going to come together? And I'm not going to spoil it one way or another, whether that happened or not. But really love that aspect of it. So everything good. Ty West direction is great. A lot of pretty unique, very inventive shots. Like you saw in Pearl, like you saw in X. I loved it. There's even like a little bit of callback, you know, in X when it opens with that barn and you think it might be framed 4x3. There's a little bit of callback to that in there. So everything's great there. So why would there be any mixed or bad? Well, I think maybe I had it built up too much in my mind of what it was going to be. And maybe I should have not went in with such high expectations. Maybe I should have went in with lowered expectations. Yeah, you guessed it, lowered expectations. And why do I say that? Well, I was expecting, you know, this movie to like hold no punches. You know those comedies from the 80s where you had like Revenge of the Nerds, really raunchy, nudity, didn't give a shit what they said. American Pie in the 90s, same thing. We kind of got, you know, away from some of that stuff. The comedies now are a little, what's the word, Enzo and Cass? Yeah, soft. So horror movies are that way. You know, X brought it back for me. I was like, holy shit, we're back to where we're gonna get some gritty, some grimy, some raunchy, you know, some good old fashioned horror movies, sort of like the, you know, the 80s. I thought that's what I was gonna get, and I was a little bit disappointed with that. Not that I'm a pervert or whatever, but Mia Goth, you know, and Brittany Snow are totally nude and simulating sex scenes all up in X. So I was expecting to go into this with some heavy nudity, you know, staple of an 80s horror movie. That's what this is supposed to be. And, you know, I was a little bit disappointed there.
No titties! No titties!
Yeah, we didn't get very many titties at all. We got one shot of a porn scene being filmed in the background. We got a stock footage of Mia Goth from X. We didn't get anything new. I was like, what the hell?
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
Yeah, as Slim said, what in the wide world of sports is going on? That's what I was thinking 3/4 of the way through it. I will say this, the plot-wise, I didn't really figure out what was going on about 3/4 of the way through, and then I kind of figured out what was going to happen at the end, so did a good job with that. So the kills also are a little bit disappointing. When I say that, it had quite a few kills in it, but I wanted, based on the trailer, it was like a Giallo style. Like I was going to get a lot of slasher kills from the 80s, and we got one really good one, but other than that, the other ones, some of them were a little unexpected. They were good kills. I liked all of them. 2 of them were pretty gnarly. You're going to like the kills in this. But they weren't, what's a good way to put it without spoiling it? They weren't executed the exact way that I thought they were going to be. And it wasn't the good slasher movie from the 80s like the Giallo style that I wanted. All style, very little substance, I guess is a good way to put it. Overall, the movie is great. I'm not going to dive any deeper into that, so you kind of get my opinion of it. The movie is really good. It's worth seeing. I'll buy it when it comes out. Great companion piece to X. Mia Goth, great, you know, performance. But it was just missing a little bit. You know, I wanted it to be great. What can I say that it's like I said in the intro? You remember when I said in the intro, it's kind of like the sex that you had when you were young and in high school or young adult, where you built it up in your mind. And, you know, like they said in 40-Year-Old Virgin,
You are putting the pussy up on this pedestal. You're just building the pussy up, man.
yeah, you put it on a pedestal, and then when you have it, you're like, oh, it's great, but it wasn't quite as good as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, that's what I did with this one. I put MAXXINE up on a pedestal, and I shouldn't have. It should have been a little bit lower expectations to that. So I'm going to give it 2 soft thumbs up, but I'm not going to say it was on fire. But you should watch this film. I think you'll like it if you liked X. If you didn't like X because you thought it was too close to Texas Chainsaw, give this a chance. If you like 80s horror movies, I think you'll like it. So what did you think of MAXXINE if you've seen it? Put it in the comments down below. What did you think of my review? Put that in the comments down below. While you're down there, like, comment, subscribe, share. Do all the normal YouTube stuff. Support me, please, and I'll keep making great content. So I love you guys, and if you are a subscriber, don't forget to hit the notification bell. You'll know when I post new videos. So until next time, boys and girls, this has been Jeff Man 316. I'm your pop culture reporter. I'm signing out saying you guys be safe out there.
Pleased to meet you. Sorry.
We've all got blood on our hands now.